What's up, y'all? This is EJ, and I'm sitting here with my mom, and this is our show, DNA, where we will be giving you the highlights and stats around the league. And now, it wasn't really a good... Look, to start things out, it really wasn't a good week for my Falcons. You know, our 3-game win streak got snapped, so I'm not really in a great mood as I was the past 3 weeks, you know. The Falcons falconed. We falconed for the first time this season since, I'll say, week 1 against the Steelers. We've played some decent football, you know, since then, but yeah, this is just you know, it hurt because it's one thing to lose a game, and then it's just one thing to just lose the game by more than a touchdown, and that's exactly what happened against the Seahawks. You know, Kirk Cousins didn't have a great day. You're Kirk Cousins this week. You were Kirk Cochains the past few weeks, but you're Kirk Cousins this week. You got to earn that title back. You went 24 for 35, 232 yards, and 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Those interceptions really hurt us in the beginning of the game. But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna regroup and stuff, and but yeah, we'll be fine. Geno Smith, you know, went 18 for 28 for the Seahawks, 207 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I mean, it was just bad for the Falcons defense as well. I mean, we even had their wide receiver, Jay Smith, you know, and Jibba go, you know, 1 for 1 for 35 yards. And on the trick play, and that was just, yeah, you know, it was just bad all around for the Falcons. You know, it's a hard Sunday, but we'll be all right. We got the Tampa Bay Bucks, you know, again, and you know, we beat them. We hopefully we beat them again and sweep them on the season. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll get back into it, but let's talk about them Lions. Let's talk about them.
You know, like I told y'all last week,
who did y'all knock off?
We knocked those Vikings. They are no longer undefeated. And like I told y'all last week, we was riding high for beating up on them Dallas Cowboys, which we caught a lot of flack from, but you know, we beat up on the Cowboys, and so we was still riding high, and we had to come in, and this was our first division game.
Yep.
And we knew that we were better than the Vikings, and we just had to show them. So yes, we did, and it was close.
Yeah, it was.
It was close, and it wasn't an easy win, but we did win. By 3, it was a field goal, and we thank Bates. He kicked a 44-yard field goal with 15 seconds left. That put us over the top, 31-29. And once again, Jared Goff is playing like the MVP that he is. He is really doing it. I am so happy for him because, you know, when he left and came over from LA, you know, to Detroit, it was like we got the losing end. They got Stafford. Stafford took him to the Super Bowl, which was cool. It's like, okay, you know. But Goff, this is his time. He is doing it. He had another stellar game as he went 22 or 25. Yeah. He had 2 touchdowns. And it was just like, it was a good game. And without Hutch, this was the first game we played without Hutch, and the defense stepped up. They wasn't perfect. We do need to replace him. We do not to replace him, but we need for someone to stand in for him while he's out. But the defense stepped up, and like Dan said, we would just need everybody to just play their part. Everybody just do a little better, and that's what they did. When we needed them to get the 3 and out, they got the 3 and out, which allowed us a chance to come back and win the game. So Lions, we love you. Hopefully next week, you know, we got the Titans, and it'll be a little easier game. But hey, like I said, never sleep, because these are professional players in the NFL.
Can't underestimate nobody. Not even the Carolina Panthers.
We can't sleep. We need to grind all the way to NOLA. We need to just grind all the way to NOLA. So just keep it up, boys.
Unless we ain't got nothing to do with it. We'll see.
So we just feeling it. Y'all just, you don't understand. It's like Detroit fever. We feeling it. We just, definitely. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I even had, you know, like we told y'all, we went to G-Ho this weekend. At the end, we give y'all little clips of, you know, stuff that we did.
Greatest homecoming on earth for those of you who don't know what G-Ho means, you know.
But my son is down there in North Carolina, A&T, so we went down and we spent the weekend. And I actually ran into this guy that had on a black Falcons, not Falcons, Lord Jesus, forgive me.
See, but I knew she loved my team.
He had on the Black Lions jersey, number 20, which is, you know, everybody know that's Barry Sanders. And, you know, and I had on my Detroit jacket and went up to him, and we was just like, yeah, what up, though? You know, and it was just good to see that we was down there in North Carolina. I had a woman who wasn't even from Detroit that because she saw me in my jacket and came up to me and was like, I'm really pulling for y'all to win. So it's a good thing to see that, hey, finally, hopefully, we on the right track. So yeah, but
yeah, you know, I mean, it's definitely you. I know you mentioned that somebody, you know, obviously, there's no replacing Aiden Hutchinson.
It's not. But we do want you, Crosby. If you just happen to be
Crosby now.
Crosby,
you from Eastern Michigan?
Went to the same college. Come on, Crosby. You can come back.
Might as well put me in a squad. But if you don't make it to Detroit, Atlanta also has a spot for you.
Why?
So
you might as well stay with the
we also need you here. You can definitely win here as well. You will help the defense so much. We would have beat Seattle if we had you yesterday, but it's all right. But you know, look, I'll be remiss if I don't acknowledge the success that the Vikings have had. I'm not.
Yeah, and you did.
Not a Vikings fan. You know, I'm happy the Lions won. I got my mom's from Detroit, family there and everything. It runs in my blood. But I'll be remiss if I just don't acknowledge because he went 22 for 27, 259 yards, a touchdown. He had a pick. But you know, Sam Darnold has had a success I'm just a fan of players who are underestimated throughout their career.
Oh yeah.
And finally, you know, catch that groove on the team that you know treats them right, gives them the right,
yeah.
good teammates, good home.
They got nothing to sleep on. The NFC North period is not to be slept on.
Yeah.
Because
very dangerous.
I mean, we're like the toughest division, and I'm not saying it because the Lions in the NFC North.
It's the
but
truth.
Everybody in the NFC North, as of this recording, has only lost 2 games. So we're tied. You know, well, we're number 1 because we beat the Vikings, but we're both sitting at 5-1. You got the Bears at 4-2, and I think the Packers are 5-2. So we're right there. Everybody is just like. We're right there together. So
very good football being played in the Midwest.
It's a good division. So you can't sleep on the Vikings or the Packers or the Bears. So hey, I'm telling you, if this was like the All-Star NBA All-Star games when you go and they had it by division, NFC
it'll
North,
be a bunch of NFC North players or something.
We'll kill it. So let's get into the stats for Week 7. So guess who's back? Guess who made their debut? Folks, he finally came back from his injury. Russell Wilson, welcome back to the league, sir. It was nice seeing you yesterday as the Steelers beat up on the Jets 37-15.
Yeah, they did, and it was awesome to see Russell Wilson back, you know, and until he came back, it was, you know, Justin Fields, he did his thing. He held it down for sure. Nobody can overlook that. He definitely, a lot of people probably thought the Steelers might have struggled or did worse than what they really did, you know, starting out this season without Russell Wilson. But Justin Fields definitely has a future in Pittsburgh, and he's going to be ready to take that throne at the QB1 position when Russell Wilson, you know, is either gone or retired. Who knows, you know. But Russell Wilson, he had himself a day, you know, in his debut in the black and yellow, 16 for 29, 269 yards. 264 yards, two touchdowns. And, you know, even after the game, you know, he might have got the starting role, you know, yesterday, but he still, you know, showed love to Justin Fields after the game. And, you know, that's important, you know, when you have a teammate like that and, you know, who's supporting you, and you probably upset about losing that starting role, but, you know, that just builds chemistry, and the Steelers that can go a long way. The Steelers could be a very dangerous team going on this season. Now, I'm really trying to figure out if they can compete with teams like the Chiefs and the Ravens. I know the Steelers are a good team, but I don't know. He's still,
a Super Bowl
that
quarterback.
AFC is just so strong.
But he's a Super Bowl quarterback, and I think that's
people
one
can't forget
advantage.
that. He's had some down years, but
that's one advantage I think he has over Fields, which Fields will be the QB1 one day. He will be running Steeler Nation. So I mean, that's a given. But I think that, you know, Russell ought to be said is that because of that Super Bowl experience, an experience period, that I think he could help lift him, at least give him a playoff run, if nothing else. So
now, Jets fans, I know y'all upset. You know, y'all probably thought, oh, we got Devontae Adams. You know, he's reunited with his boy Aaron Rodgers. You know, they go back to Green Bay and all that. And y'all probably thought, you know, y'all probably start racking up some W's, just maybe. Or even if y'all lost, probably would have kept the game close, but that's still not the case. It looks like Devontae Adams doesn't have any type of effect on the offense yet. I mean, I didn't expect it to make immediate impact. I mean, this is, you know, look, the Jets clearly have a lot going on, but the Steelers definitely spoiled the reunion.
They did. Aaron is not looking like the same Aaron, but you know,
Aaron Rodgers, man, I don't know, man. You one of the best ever, man, but always told people it feels really odd that Aaron Rodgers has only one Super Bowl ring. Ain't it kind of weird? You know, you think of you look at Brady and Peyton Manning who has.
But that's who he was coming up with, though.
You
so
know,
yeah.
It's just like, you know, he's great, but you know, a lot of people don't even got one Super Bowl ring. So
he got enough NFC championship, so I mean, you know, that's enough. But then it's the only undefeated team, one left undefeated team that's left. I don't know, they need to play the Lions because, you know, we did beat the Chiefs, you know, but either way, the Chiefs still sit atop the NFL as the undefeated team as they're 6-0 as they beat the 49ers 28-18. I thought this game was going to be closer, but, you know.
Yeah, we got our Super Bowl rematch again. It's always Chiefs and 49ers, right? I mean, Patrick Mahomes, yes, another week we have to talk about him and how the Chiefs, you know, won again, and I'm really tired of it. I really want them to get their first deal. I'm tired of this team. Yeah, I'm just sick of it, you know. But Patrick Mahomes, the great Patrick Mahomes, every ref's best friend, Patrick Mahomes went 16 for 27, 159 yards, 0 touchdowns. He threw 2 interceptions, which is great, but it doesn't matter if you're Patrick Mahomes because you're going to get the win regardless. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they're the only undefeated team. Let's see how long they keep this up.
Right, let's see. Somebody gonna get them. But you know, the real list, I don't think there was ever a team that went, how many games they play now? 17?
I mean,
they went undefeated and won the Super Bowl. So maybe a good thing. I'd rather for them to go undefeated and not be in the Super Bowl than to lose a game and go to the Super Bowl. So hey, I'm good. You know, if that means if they go undefeated and don't make it to the Super Bowl, I'm for it. I'm all for it. So hey,
that's true.
That might be the silver lining.
Brady and the Patriots did it.
Yeah.
And they lost to Eli and the Giants. So it just doesn't happen.
It may be a silver lining. So, well, I hate to say it, but
awesome. I love it.
Broncos beat up on
the Aints.
33-10.
I love it. Even though my team lost, the second best thing is always going to be seeing your rival, your arch nemesis, the ones you hate the most, just go down. Just go down. In the worst way, too. Like, I'm just loving it. You know, if you tuned in to Thursday Night Football, and I hope you did if you were an Aints fan, and I hope you felt the pain of watching your team lose again. And, you know, 33-10, that's just so awesome. I mean, Bo Nix destroyed y'all. He went 16 for 26, 164 yards. Y'all weren't able to find an answer for nothing, and it's just awesome. It's just awesome. I mean, who's next? Who y'all got next? I mean, I'm a fan of them. It don't even matter. I love watching the Aints lose, you know. It's just awesome. I can't wait to play y'all again, because when we play y'all again, I'm pretty sure we're going to sweep y'all in that ugly trash Superdome in that stank city of New Orleans. Can't wait. Can't wait, baby.
Okay, first of all,
can't wait.
Let me defeat
I might throw a parade down Bourbon Street.
Let me defeat my little stepchildren over here. How many Super Bowls say that?
Oh, if you really want to get into it, we can.
I'm just asking for a friend.
Now let's put an asterisk next to it. Okay. They say they have one though. Now, if you were around in 2009, 2010, you're familiar with the Bounty Gate scandal, right? You know, the little thing that the Aints did to really propel their way to the Super Bowl game. Now, let's say we take that out the picture. They're definitely not reaching that. If you don't know about it, please do your research. We're not going to talk too much about these trash teams because, you know, we got other teams to cover. But they have one, quote unquote, one. And, you know, they basically did something real dirty to get there. But yeah, you know, look up Bounty Gate scandal. We ain't gonna talk about it.
And their stadium, what's the name of their stadium?
Mercedes-Benz. No, it's Caesars Superdome now.
Oh, they changed it from
You got us.
Okay.
You thought you had.
Whatever, but y'all was.
Thought you had us.
Anyway,
it's
but they do have one Super Bowl, asterisk or not. They have one.
Definitely.
Y'all would take one with an asterisk and have one not.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't, because being like that Aints team is like being the 2017 Astros. You know, cheating. You know, everybody knows the Yankees probably should have won the World Series that year, but Astros cheated. The Aints fall in that category. So no, I would much rather my team blow a lead in the Super Bowl than win it that way in a very disgusting manner. You're a disgrace to the game, New Orleans Aints. But I'm glad y'all lost again. Can't wait to see y'all lose again next week. Now let's cover this Cats and Jags game.
Okay, the Jaguars lost to the Patriots. I'm sorry, no, they did not. The Jaguars beat the Patriots 32-16. I'm dog Patriots. I'm trying to feel sorry for them. I'm really trying to feel sorry for them. I'm like, come on now.
I'm not. I just hate Boston teams in general. That's like the second.
We go from New Orleans.
That's like the second thing I hate the most besides, the Aints. I just hate Boston teams, from the past to the Celtics, to the Red Sox, I hate them. I can't say the Bruins because I don't watch hockey, but if I did, I'm pretty sure I would hate the Bruins too because, I just hate Boston. We're not going to get into it though. We're just going to talk about Drake May and how, he plays for the Patriots, but I like Drake May because, he was, I've been watching him since he was at the University of North Carolina, and he was just, one of my favorite quarterbacks, coming out the draft class. And I kind of wanted us to get him if he didn't get Michael Penix or anybody of that matter. Didn't even know we were going to get a quarterback, but Drake May was definitely one of the ones I was looking at. He went 26 for 37, 276 yards with 2 touchdowns. And it wasn't enough to win the game, but, this was his debut, and he played pretty great for, his first, pro game. And, Trevor Lawrence, though, he got the dub for the Jags, and he went 15 for 20, 193 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Jags are trying to rack up those W's. They've gotten off to a real slow start this season. We're gonna see if they're gonna pick it up though. It's been an ugly start to the season, but they got the dub yesterday.
So they got the dub, yeah. They did. So go Jags.
Go Jags.
The Bills. On the other side of New York, upstate New York, you got the Buffalo Bills that beat the Titans. Tennessee Titans 34-10.
Yep. Josh Allen, 21 for 33, 323 yards and 2 touchdowns. What a game from Josh Allen. Will this be the year he finally reaches the Super Bowl? I have a lot of friends, who are Falcons fans, but not even just Falcons fans, but I know a lot of people who just love the Bills, even though they're not primarily Bills fans. They just love the Bills because they just the team that I guess people love. I don't get the hype about the Bills. I don't hate them, but I don't love them.
They grind.
They grind. They got that grit to them. They got that grit to them. But since 2020, they've been saying the Bills are Super Bowl favorites, but they haven't been able to get over that hump in the playoffs. And I just can't wait to see what Josh Allen does, later this season. I know it's too early to talk about the playoffs, but you just can't help but wonder: is this the year that the Buffalo Bills finally reach the Super Bowl and maybe win it? Because they've been there. They just lost every time they went. But we'll see. We'll see if they do it.
Okay. Well, the Colts and the Dolphins. Well, that was I don't know what to say about the Dolphins, but they lose to the Colts 16-10.
Yeah, the Dolphins lose another, and
now did Tua, is he back? Did he play in this game?
No, Tua did not play in this game, but he is playing
next week.
Okay,
fingers crossed.
He said they asked him about the risk of returning to the Dolphins, and he was just expressing his love for the game, saying that he appreciates people's concerns about his health and stuff, and trust me, it's a scary thing because as much as we love sports, anything can happen. We've seen freak accidents happen, but you could die on that field or anything, but prayers to Tua. I understand this is a game that he loves and that he'll fight for, and till his last breath. But we'll see what he does. I'm behind Tua. I know you went to Alabama too, but I can't even hate you no more, man. You going through it. You used to torch my dogs, man, but you going through it, and I just wish the best for you. But let's talk about them Colts. Anthony Richardson, man, out of the University of Florida, second season, he went 10 for 24, 129 yards and 0 touchdowns, man. And I like Anthony Richardson. It probably wasn't the prettiest game from him, but he got it done, and he got the Colts to W. That's all that matters.
Okay, well, doggone, that's what the NFC North. I told you, ain't no joke. Them Packers got them Houston Texans 24-22.
Sure did, and I guess depending on what NFL team you like, if you live in Texas, this probably was a really rough week for you.
I think the Houston is pretty much the better team in Texas.
Y'all know. I got my Dirty South Georgia hat on. Y'all already know what it is. Depending on what NFL team you like, if you live in Texas, it probably was a really rough weekend for you. You had to watch your Longhorns lose to the Dogs, and then Next day, watch your Texans lose to the Packers. I mean, but I like the Texans and I like C.J. Stroud, but he didn't have it wasn't a C.J. Stroud type game, He went 10 for 21 with 86 yards. We see much better games from C.J. Stroud, but he gonna bounce back next week. He does it all the time. But it was still a battle despite him not having the best game. They only lost by 2. Jordan Love, 24 for 33, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Didn't matter. They still managed to get the W. And Jordan Love, he just came back from that injury this season, and he's still finding that groove. Still finding that groove, but it's working. It's working, and he's looking good out there. Looking real good, looking real healthy, and real durable. That's good to see if you're a Packers fan.
Yeah, they're doing good, and I think we play them later on in the season. We still got them playing twice. It's gonna be good. Yep. It's gonna be a good game. And the Bengals. Well, I guess Brown fans, I guess we continuing with the bags over our heads, Lord, over your heads. We've been there though. The Lions, we understand the frustration because we have been there.
Packers fans can relate.
But the Bengals beat up on the Browns, 21-14.
21-14, and it's another L for the Browns. I believe they're 1-6. Joe Burrow 15 for 25. He had 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. What a game from the Bengals, and it was just enough to beat them Browns. And Deshaun Watson, 15 for 17, 128 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He left the game due to an Achilles injury. Devastating. Look, I'm not going to tell anybody how they're supposed to feel about a certain player or anybody in general. I understand that, as fans, we have players we love, players we hate. I understand that. I understand it completely. And I understand the allegations towards Deshaun Watson. It's a lot of, off the field issues that people have, a problem with when it comes to Deshaun Watson. And I get that. But me personally, I just can't, cheer an injury. I can't, clap whether I'm the home or away team. I don't know how you can just, be happy, about someone's pain. You got to put all that stuff aside, and just separate it sometimes. I'm not gonna say that for anybody because there's a lot of messed up people in this world who've done way worse. But I mean, come on, just show Deshaun Watson a little love. Yeah, come on.
Because what they was like, you deserve it, or they was chanting, you deserve it.
You deserve it. Just cheering, laughing. Social media was praising it, and it was just ugly. But after he went out the game, he got carted off the field. Obviously, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he came into the game. He went 11 for 24 and 82 yards, and he had 2 interceptions. But oh man, what do you know? Another injury for the Browns. He went out with a thumb injury, which led Jameis Winston to come into the game and finish it off for him. 5 for 11, 67 yards and 1 touchdown. He didn't get injured, thank God. So I guess Jameis Winston is probably going to be starting for the Browns the rest of the season. And I like Jameis. Who doesn't love Jameis? I mean, Jameis is just a fan favorite. But yeah, praise to the Browns franchise. They're going through it. I mean, the Browns have historically been going through it for a long time. If you know, you know. Like my mom said, paper bags over the head. They look good them years with Baker Mayfield a little bit. It was definitely better than what we're seeing now. I mean, I'm sure they'll take those days back over there before this season now. But yeah, if you're a Browns fan, I mean, I guess y'all have the perfect name because poop is brown. Y'all play like poop. But let's talk about the Eagles and Giants. Oh God,
they ain't gonna get off being that little G. The Giants, little J. The Eagles flew all over them, 28-3.
28-3. And Falcons fans, please. Yes, that was the actual score of the game. I don't know if the Eagles did that. I don't know if the Eagles
3 made you feel.
I don't know if the Eagles did that to be funny. They're birds as well. I guess they were showing us how you hold the lead and be a bird and stuff. I don't know what they were trying to prove. But they held the lead. They didn't blow it 25 points and lose 34-28. If you know, we ain't gonna talk about it. I talk about it every year with people. But hey, Jalen Hurts went 10 for 14, 114 yards and 1 touchdown. He got the job done. And I figured since the Eagles, I guess they figured since the Eagles were up so much, they decided to put Kenny Pickett in and I guess play, one play or something, whatever the case was. I don't know what it was. I didn't watch the game, so if Kenny Pickett really came in for one last play in the game and got an incompletion, the game was over, that was it, then, hey, I'm not shocked that Kenny Pickett has been struggling. But, hey, Giants, Daniel Jones went 14 for 21 and 99 yards. And he was very, very upset that he got pulled out of the game. They only managed to put up 3 points. And he was upset that he got pulled out of the game for Drew Lock, who went 3 for 8 with 6 yards. I don't think things are looking too good in New York. Sounds like there's a lot of unhappy players there. But yeah, prayers to y'all. Y'all gonna need a whole lot.
Need somebody. So next we have that team that rocks my favorite color, that black and white. Yes, y'all know my favorite color is black. But hey, they lose to the Rams. Stafford got one in. The Rams was over the Raiders. 20-15.
Yep, 20-15. Another L for the Raiders. Hey, but who else is new? From Oakland to Las Vegas, they've been doing it.
Come on, Crosby. Another reason.
It ain't new to anybody. Crosby. Get up out of there, man. Everybody knows if you go to the Raiders, it's pretty much you just sacrificing your career, because it never goes well for anybody that goes there. I swear, historically.
I know, it's not.
Raiders, I don't know what y'all do in that franchise, but something's clearly wrong with that organization.
Right. They the new Raiders of the lost football, not the Raiders of the lost art, but the Raiders of the lost football. Like, where are you? So, yeah.
Something's going on.
Last but not least, we have the Commanders, who has really been commanding some stuff lately.
Yeah.
As they beat up on the Panthers, 40-7.
Now look, y'all always gonna be the Redskins to me, but y'all have really been on it this season, doing y'all thing. Literally doing y'all thing. Now I know Jane Daniels went out the game with a rib injury. Speedy recovery to him. Hopefully it's not too bad and he's able to be on the field again. But he went 2 for 2 with 6 yards. Hopefully, he's good. Like I said, but Marcus Mariota, he came in and went 18 for 23 with 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm wondering why he couldn't have games like this when we had him in Atlanta for a little bit. Now, it really has me thinking, Marcus Mariota, we really don't like you in Atlanta. We really don't. Every time we hear the name Marcus Mariota, we just cringe. It's like a nightmare. It's like, oh my God, we'd rather have a 50-year-old Matt Ryan over you, because it's bad. It's bad. But look, they did their thing, 40-7. I guess it's good to see Marcus Mariota, play a good game. We haven't seen that in quite a few seasons. So, but yeah, Panthers, Andy Dalton, he went 11 for 16, 93 yards. And 2 interceptions. He wasn't playing too well, so they decided, hey, it can't get any worse than what we've been saying. Let's bring the rookie back in, Bryce Young, who got benched earlier in the season, for Andy Dalton to come into the game. But since Dalton had a bad game, hey, they said, let's put the rookie in, let him get some reps. He went 2 for 2, -4 yards. He went back, didn't go forward. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I guess that's good. Well, not the touchdown part, but 0 interceptions. I guess you could always clap for that. Panthers fan, it's not easy for y'all. Our division is really not that great as it once was, probably in the 2010s. But for y'all to be the bottom feeder of the NFC South just shows how bad you guys truly are. It's truly depressing.
It'll make it easier for y'all, because y'all don't have to worry about it.
Definitely makes it easier. But man, Panthers fans, I know y'all miss Cam Newton, Greg Olsen, Steve Smith, all of them cats, because y'all ain't been nothing since. Y'all really ain't been nothing since Super Bowl 50. I don't know what happened. The Broncos really messed the franchise up, because y'all have not been able to even remotely get back to.
But they still get back to glory. They still the newest NFL team, maybe. I don't know. We have to figure it out.
Oh yeah, it's between them and the Texans, because I think they joined the same.
So they still babies.
But y'all the babies of the league. But
That's so funny. Well, now we come to our favorite part of the show, which is You Did That. So the You Did That for week 7 goes to none other than the comeback quarterback for the Steelers.
For the Steelers, not the Seahawks, not the Broncos, the Steelers.
Russell Wilson. Welcome back, Russell. He came back as the Steelers beat up on the Jets.
Yeah, they beat up on the Jets.
He had 264 yards, as we said, 2 touchdowns, and he went 18-29. So, Russell, welcome back.
Yep.
We hope you continue to do great. And for week 7, you are our You Did That Player of the Week.
Yep. Congrats, Russ. I hope Sierra cooks you something nice at home for that game you had. You know, kind of. No, actually, no. I mean, I'm happy with having Kirk Cousins, but at the same time, it would have been kind of cool to have you here in Atlanta. You know, considering the fact Sierra, it's a household name here, and it would have been awesome. It would have been awesome to have you here and light up the band. But we're happy with Kirk Cousins. He needs to get it together. Hopefully, he don't go to Magic City, on Saturday because you have a game, Kirk. Don't forget, you have a game. Don't turn up, none of that stuff. We ain't got time for that. You do that in the off season. We trying to win. The past 6 seasons, we've been. No, he didn't do that for real. Okay. But I hope not. Okay. We don't know. Maybe he was it. Who knows? But the past 6 seasons, we've been going through it. We tired of the losing season. We just want to make the playoffs. We don't even care if we get out the first round. Can we just get back, Kirk? Can you at least do that for us? That's all we asking for.
Well, that's it. That's all we have for you folks. Well, we hope that you enjoyed week 7. Join us next week as they try to get back on the winning track. We keep winning. And we'll see you next week on DNA.
Tampa, we coming for you.
And Titans, yeah.
If you're a Titans fan, don't even tune in. Don't even tune in. I promise you.
No, don't say that because that's when it jinx and they go left. So any given Sunday, but Titans, we'll see you.
Dan Campbell about to have a field day. He's about to have a field day because if Dan Campbell don't care who he playing, he'll go for it on 4th and 30 if you let him. So just imagine he's playing the Titans, who's currently one of the worst teams in the league right now. It don't matter. He can go 4th and 99, and he will still go for it. And they'll probably get the first down because the Titans are just that bad right now. So we'll see.
Well, we hope that, but we hope you enjoy week 7, and we'll see you next week on DNA. Bye.